What up, everybody? Get ready for a very negative review. Somewhat positive. I'll start off with the positives first. But just to get the background of my history with this franchise. So I didn't play Yakuza. I did play Yakuza 0. I didn't beat it, but I know what happens. Something happened. My save file got erased, and I was maybe like 70% done the game. I don't know how my save file got erased. I had absolutely no desire to replay it. And I was digging the story. I thought the beginning was really good. I find all the beginnings of the Yakuza games and the intros are super good. The first 2-3 chapters are always like really good story wise. So yeah, I just looked up the walkthrough for the first one on YouTube. Uh, Played a bit of Kiwami and didn't beat that. 3, 4, 5, and 6, like a dragon, didn't play. So I did buy like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, such a long title. Not knowing everything in Kiru's like background, I don't know everything about him. There's a lot of characters I definitely missed out on in the older games. I don't know if they show up here. I wouldn't recognize them. Stuff like that. I don't know everything story wise that's happened in the past few games. But luckily, this game starts off with a recap and it tells you how the last game ended, I guess. I don't know. I didn't play the last game, but I'm assuming it was the last one. So that kind of caught me up a bit. But like I said, I only know like maybe 50% of Kiro, and the other half I don't know unless he doesn't really have that much development. I don't know. So starting off with this game, I was willing to buy it. I was just lately I've just been craving a good fucking story game on the PS5 that's made for the PS5. And this game, graphic wise, like cutscene wise, is fucking phenomenal. Sega did an amazing job with the cutscenes. It's it's even better. I like Spider-Man 2. I'll get into that later, but it looks so much better. There was not any time in this fucking game, even though I didn't beat it. There's not once I had a bug. The game never crashed. I never had weird facial animations. Everything was tip top. So hats off to you. But that doesn't. At the end of the day, it's a video game, and that doesn't, you know, help everything else that I didn't enjoy. There's just so many things to talk about. I don't really know where to start. I don't want to drag the video on long, but I just didn't know how this game was gonna go. So I started up. I bought it for $70. I was willing to take the risk. Really, just wanted a good, solid story, and the story's like pretty intense. Like the first two chapters are really good, and then where the game completely broke me was in the third chapter. It completely, even near the middle of the second chapter, completely takes you away from the story, and you're stuck doing side missions, and you have to do these side missions to get to the story. Some people might not call those side missions, but I do, because it's really just busy work. It has nothing to do with the story. So it's like, okay, I'll do a few of these, I'll be fine. And then I go back to, like, you meet this annoying girl at the beginning, go back to her headquarters or whatever, and she sends you out again. And then you have to come back, and then you have to go to this castle. And then you have to fight in this tournament, and it's fucking never ending. It's badass at first, it's cool. Some characters showed up I recognize, but, like, it just goes on for too long. And then she tells you can come back here, you can play blackjack, blah, blah, blah. So you leave there. And then, literally, as you leave there, the next mission, you have to fucking go back. Like, it was kind of irritating. And then you go back and did that, and then you leave. And then, right when I think the chapter, there's only 5 chapters. And it's not that long of a game. It's more of a side game. And once I was done that, I was like, okay, can I just get to the fucking story? That's all I want. I have to get to level. There's something like her network, and she gives you all these missions, like side missions. You gotta go around and help people. I'm like, okay, it's kind of cool. Explore the world a little bit, not too bad. But then you find out you gotta get your level for her network to level 10. And it's not easy to do that. You're looking at doing at least like 40 to 50. Okay, that's maybe a bit of exaggeration. At least 30 side missions of just helping people out, doing miscellaneous shit. And they're really, like, I wouldn't say they're tedious because they can go by fast. But for argument's sake, I kept bumping into people. This is what I hate about Yakuza. Someone, like, you're taking care of homeless people and you have to buy food for them, and all of them have specific stuff they want. So you go to the fucking convenience store, and I thought it would just be easy. I can go in the menu, buy it, and bring it back. Turns out every convenience store is selling different fucking items. And I did my best. I tried to be so patient. Went to every convenience store I could. And I couldn't find this one fucking dish that this guy wanted. And I just gave up. So I just moved on to the next one. And the next one's about food. The next one's about a kid getting his shoe stuck. That gives you 50 points. So the progression for the network is really slow. And then after you do that, you have to go to the fucking castle and get gold. And basically be the champion and beat everybody. And I kept getting stuck on that. I got my ass beat. And yeah, so I was stuck there. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I didn't even get mad. I was like, fuck this. I just want a story game. I know there's a story in here, but to do all of these missions, like, these missions should be optional. I shouldn't have to do them. And if I do have to do them, it shouldn't be as many. It's just filling the gap, and I'm not supporting that because there's a story at the beginning, the middle is completely filled with filler, and then there's a story at the end. And I guarantee you, by the end of the story, it's not going to feel that good. It's not going to feel satisfying because the middle is just nothing. It has nothing to do with anything. So, like, because the way that the first half of the game ends, like, I don't really feel like there's enough. Like, I need more. And I might have to wait to get to fucking chapter 4 or 5 to do that. I don't have time to do side missions that I don't want to do. There's a lot of games out there I want to platinum with side missions I know I'll enjoy. Even though there's side missions in this game, they're like permanent. You have to fucking do them. I just find that ridiculous. I definitely feel like they didn't have enough to make a game, and they just threw this in here to extend the runtime. I don't really hear anyone complaining about it. It's not a bad game. I did have fun with it, but to get to the story, just to do this, like, I tried for a couple hours. It took me a couple hours just to do a couple of side missions, and I was just drained by the end of it. And I just don't think the story is that good to, like, keep going and keep playing. Like, it was good at the beginning, and then near the end of the first chapter, second chapter, like, Kira gets put into 3-4 situations with a gun to his face, and you know he's not gonna die. I know how the game ends. Spoiler alert. He gets away, and it's like you know, it's just not really any tension. Like, I know this isn't gonna be the last one. I know they're not gonna kill him in a fucking spin-off game. It's gonna be in a Yakuza game. So, like, there wasn't really any tension. I was trying to care about, like, the conflict that he was involved in with the different members of the other families. It was cool at the beginning, but the story beats kind of just keep repeating themselves. And just like the other Yakuza games, it gets really complicated by, like, the second chapter. First, you're trying to, you fake your death. This guy's helping you out, but you have to help him out. Okay, reasonable, fair enough. And then he gets kidnapped, and if you don't rescue him, he's not going to keep his word and tell everyone you're alive. So you got to rescue him. And as you're about to rescue him, you come to a deal with another family, and you have to work for them. And if you don't, they're gonna kill that guy. And if they kill that guy who helped you protect your identity, you're fucked. So it's just completely help me or kill him, help me or kill him. There's not many like emotional story beats or any good like I don't know story structure in my mind. Other than the ending I saw on YouTube, the ending was pretty sad. It was pretty well done, but like I don't know. Maybe I missed out on a lot of games. Like I mean, I know I did, but maybe I missed out on a lot of growth in Kira's character development. I don't know, but felt pretty kind of stale here. There's a couple badass moments, but I wasn't using the Japanese dub. I was using the English. I don't know. I just don't have time to keep playing these fucking games and just buy it for the story, and I get sidetracked with this shit that I have to do. God of War Ragnarok did it. This game's doing it. I know it's a waste of money, but whatever, man. It's just a game at the end of the day. I really hope there's some good story games. I am hoping Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has a good story mode, but I don't know if it will. And if it does, great. The PS5 is kind of lacking in that department. Other than like the remasters of fucking old games that we already have, I want something new with a fucking good story, and just take the PS5 to its limits. I haven't played Alan Wake 2. People say it's good. Some people say it's not. I don't know anymore. Everyone said Yakuza was great, but I really have a hard time playing these games because I compare it to Sleeping Dogs. To me, that game is a fucking masterpiece. I love that game. The combat's great. The story is great. The characters are great. And I just feel like Yakuza could really benefit. Like, where does Kira get all these powers from? Like, it's fucking weird. I don't know if I missed something. Let me know if I did. But if it was just like normal street level realistic fighting, I think Yakuza's combat would be a lot better. It's just like Sleeping Dogs. Like if it was like that. I don't know. I'm not really into the whole magical element of it, but some people dig it. I get it's the Japanese style, so I'm not going to sit here and hate on it. And yet again, this is not a review bashing the game. I was somewhat enjoying it, and then it just completely lost me, man. I just don't have the time. I have so many other games to play. Thank you guys for watching the video. Talk to you tomorrow. Peace.